Hi, good morning, Coach Todd here. How you doing today? I'm doing really good. I've got some Kona coffee in here and it's really good. Okay, in this video I want to talk to you about a trip that Ian recently did. Ian's one of my athletes. I've coached him for many years and he's done lots of cool races. Ironmans, half Ironmans, traveled with me to a bunch of different places. He's a really fun guy. But one thing I find with Ian is he has difficulty in selecting a race to do. I always ask him, hey, what are you going to do? I don't know. What are you going to do? I keep prodding him every week. What race are you going to do? I don't know. And then a few weeks ago he said, hey Todd, I'm going to go down to California and I'm going to do this event called Eroica. And the way it's spelled is E-R-O-I-C-A. I'm like, you're going down to do erotica? He goes, no, not erotica, it's Eroica. And I go, what the heck is Eroica? So if you type in eroicacalifornia.com, you'll get a lot of information about what it's all about. And it's about, like, it's a classic bike ride. Now, we do a training camp in California for the Wildflower race when I was on. We hope it comes back. Fingers crossed. And if we look at the map here, you can see where the ride goes, and I think there's 4 different rides you can do, and one is 38 miles, 67 miles, 85, and then 120 miles. You can see the map here, and it starts in Paso Robles, and you ride to the coast, and then you come back. I didn't do the ride, but Ian took some pictures and I'm going to share them with you. It's very old school, which is quite appealing, I think, to a lot of us. Here's one picture he took. You can see in the background, you can see the vineyards, right? And they stop. This is where they stopped to refuel, and they were filling up the water bottles with wine or water. Can you imagine that? 120-mile ride, and what do you want to do? Are you going to take wine or are you going to take water? I'd probably take water. Okay, and here's another picture just showing how difficult it was. Now look, if you can look at this road here, that is a dirt road. And there's people of all ages and shapes and sizes who do this. And these gentlemen here are just, you know, they're gasping for air as they finish a 13% grade on dirt road, which is hard, right? And they're old bikes. These are old bikes. And people of all ages as well. Here's a picture of one of the stops: wine, French fries with homemade ketchup, bread with olive oil, and balsamic vinegar. That's not so bad for a rest stop, right? Here's another rest stop. I believe this is an old barn and they have lights up in here. It just looks fantastic. Here's a covered bridge at a winery that they had to drive through. Again, dirt road going to some paved road. And at the finish line, here's a picture of Ian and his friend. Ian said he ate more calories than he burnt, but it's the best he's ever looked at a finish line, which I thought is pretty awesome. And I asked him about his bike. I go, hey, what kind of bike is that? It's not familiar to me. I don't recognize it. He actually ended up renting a bike as it was cheaper than shipping his bike and getting new tires. And this bike is a 1980s Battaglan, and this guy, he won the Giro d'Italia back in '81, but then he retired and started building bikes, and so he got to ride one of these old school bikes. You know, it's probably pretty heavy and the gearing is horrible, but that's what he did the ride on. And that seems I think it just seems awesome. I want to share that with you. I'll post links to that. He said that he had a wonderful time and he'd probably do it again next year in 2018. Which I think is pretty cool. Will I do it again? Will I do it with him next year? Maybe, you never know. I do like having adventures. Many of you know that I'm going to do a new adventure in August. I was talking with one of my athletes, Johan, and he goes, Todd, I want to run the rim to rim to rim. And I go, what's that? You go to the Grand Canyon, you go from one side, you go down, run across the river valley, and come up the other side, and then run back. I go, ooh, that sounds neat. So I'm going to do that with him. Sometimes you want to do races that you know, are popular and things that you you want to kind of check off your bucket list, and then you want to do races that kind of light you up and excite you. And I think this race, not the race, but the ride that Ian did, the Eroica in California, is one of those races that'll just make you feel good. And I'm hoping the same thing with the Grand Canyon. I think it's going to be an amazing day. I know it's going to be difficult, but it's still something that I think is going to be just exciting, and it's going to light me up, and I can't wait to take some pictures down there. So when you're looking at events to do, you can kind of go outside the box instead of just doing, you know, sprint, Olympic, half Ironman races. Go out there and look and see what other events are out there, because they're pretty cool. They're the pretty cool races, pretty cool events that you can do to keep ourselves motivated, have little goals, targets, and you can go travel to cool places. That's it. Get back to work. I'm going to enjoy some more coffee. This is Coach Todd saying thank you very much and happy training.